Something impossible happened here. 14 footprints ended suddenly. No wind, no storm, no tracks. The patrol was intact, then gone. Their last radio message? Cut off mid-word. Rescuers arrived within hours. Everything was still. No bodies, no gear, no struggle. An entire patrol erased from the world. This is their final trace. The sled dogs grow restless, sensing something ahead that the men cannot yet understand. Archival footage shows similar patrols advancing bravely, unaware of how quickly conditions can shift. They drag the heavy sledge forward, the ice groaning beneath them like something alive. They reorganize their crates, not realizing these supplies may be the last they ever use. Historic images show dogs straining against Arctic winds, a struggle the current patrol now mirrors. The setting sun casts long shadows as fatigue spreads through the team like creeping frost. The men quicken their pace. The silent radio feels like an omen they cannot ignore. His determined stare hides growing fear, as though he senses the land closing around them. The offshore storm freezes everything. Inland, the patrol endures the same relentless assault. Another ship battles thick ice, mirroring the struggle unfolding far inland for the doomed patrol. The hull disappears beneath layers of ice, a warning of how quickly nature consumes everything. A sailor fights a frozen spotlight, the Arctic reducing advanced equipment to useless metal. Crewmen brace against the storm, unaware the inland patrol is already being overwhelmed by worse. The radio operator searches for a signal, but only cold static answers his calls. He tries again, adjusting dials slowly, fearing the silence means something has gone very wrong. This photograph shows one member before the storm hit calm outside, worried inside. They secure equipment tightly, preparing for a push into territory even locals avoid completely. Archival footage reveals earlier patrols fighting similar conditions, proving the Arctic spares no one. The officers study their maps again, realizing the ground beneath them is shifting dangerously fast. A veteran tracker kneels to examine snow patterns. What he sees deepens his unease. By morning, their tracks have vanished, entirely erased overnight, as if the land rejected them. The abandoned tools freeze solid, trapped in ice the moment they touch the ground. Huddled inside their canvas tent, the men ration heat and whisper about worsening weather. Historic images show how quickly Arctic outposts collapse, mirroring what is happening here. They drag their sledges forward, each step heavier than the last as exhaustion spreads. To stay visible, they raise a small flag, fearing the whiteout will swallow someone. By lantern light, they record every change in the weather, hoping someone will read it. The storm thickens until the horizon disappears, leaving only swirling snow and rising dread. The patrol reinforces their camp, sensing the weather is turning against them faster each day. The sled dogs wait in uneasy silence, picking up signals the men cannot yet detect. Small personal items inside the camp reveal exhaustion creeping into their daily routine. They tighten their gear again, preparing to cross terrain that grows more unstable every hour. At the fisher's edge, they watch the ice shift alive, unpredictable, and increasingly dangerous. The silhouettes return slowly to camp, drained by the cold and the endless uncertainty. They document widening cracks, realizing the landscape is collapsing faster than their maps predicted. The camp sits small and fragile beneath the vast plateau, dwarfed by rising Arctic pressure. The radio operator listens carefully. Faint static suggests something interfering far beyond the storm. Historic photos show earlier patrols buckling under similar conditions, hinting at repeating patterns. The commander's expression tightens. Even he admits the mission now feels dangerously unpredictable. A lone explorer braces against the wind, mirroring the isolation the patrol now faces. They gather briefly for a photo, frost and fatigue hiding the fear behind their eyes. Archival images show earlier crews dragged into storms like this, none escaped unscathed. They set up a temporary camp, sensing the terrain ahead is far more unstable. The men probe the ground carefully, aware that one hidden fracture could swallow everything. They secure ropes across the gap, inching forward as the chasm widens beneath them. The rift stretches into darkness, a silent reminder that the Arctic hides deeper dangers. They raise a signal flag, marking the only safe route across shifting ice. They follow the fisher's edge, hoping it will reveal traces of the vanished patrol. Fresh snow covers earlier clues, forcing the team to search for any disturbed patterns. They take quick measurements, documenting how the ice is collapsing faster than predicted. The radio operator tries again, but interference grows stronger as the storm approaches. A lone wolf watches from the ridge, its presence a warning of isolation. The horizon fades entirely, leaving only a white void where the patrol's trail should be. They push deeper into the storm, each step slower as the cold tightens around them. A new crack splits beneath their feet, warning that the entire ice field is shifting. He checks the radio battery again, hoping for a signal that never fully returns. The headset crackles briefly, then dies a silence more alarming than any noise. The men stretch into a thin line, vanishing and reappearing as the whiteout grows stronger. He drives the probe deep into the snow, confirming the ice is hollow and unstable. The storm thickens until visibility shrinks to meters, trapping them inside a moving blur. A red flag marks the newest fracture, a sign their safe route is vanishing quickly. A brief clearing reveals smooth snow ahead, offering no clues, only a deceptive silence. Historic images show earlier patrols collapsing under similar storms, hinting at repeating fate. The sled dogs fight the wind as the men lean forward, barely staying on their feet. They prepare for the return journey, knowing supplies are low and weather is worsening fast. The men follow their fading trail, hoping the storm hasn't erased their only route home. A lone marker stands half buried in snow, a fragile guide in the growing whiteout. The terrain becomes featureless, turning the landscape into a blank void with no direction. At base, operators replay the final transmission repeatedly, searching for hidden clues within static. The oscilloscope flickers briefly, showing a faint pulse, then dropping back into silence. An ancient Inuit stone marker watches the horizon, guiding travelers for centuries through darkness. A strange depression in the snow appears ahead, no tracks leading in, none leading out. In distant harbors, naval crews prepare for unrelated missions. Unaware, a patrol has vanished. Despite exhaustive searches, no bodies or gear were found. The Arctic kept everything hidden. If you found this story compelling, consider subscribing and leaving a like. Your support helps us continue uncovering forgotten chapters of history.